What's going on, Combat Sports Nation? This is Sean here with undefeated, top-ranked flyweight in New England, Mitch Raposo. Mitch, thank you so much for joining me. Congratulations on all your attributes so far early in your career, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Just living the dream. You know what I mean? Just doing my thing every day.
You are literally living other people's dreams right now as well. You're in line with a long list of other successful cage titan amateur flyweights. You're positioning yourself to make the next big jump, January, cage titans. So did you already announce it? Is the belt vacated yet, or what's happening?
I think it is. You know what I mean? Like I haven't really officially announced it, but I think as soon as the bell rings, I think unless they plan on doing a flyweight title fight the night of my fight, but I think it's pretty. It's vacated, and this actually will be my debut at 135 pounds.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's exciting.
I'm moving up to bantamweight for this. Just because of what the UFC is doing, and I'm a pretty big flyweight, so I think right now I think bantamweight we're gonna do that, and we're gonna see if the UFC keeps it. I can always go back down, but if not, I'm gonna keep working and just let my body grow for 135.
Now I want to consider myself looking. Looking somewhat jacked. I did some push-ups, but before we hopped on and stuff. I was gonna comment. You probably didn't have to do the push-ups before you hopped on. You look big. You look big for 25. What you were as of 25. Where are you sitting? Where did you generally sit before fight camp? Let's say at 8 weeks out, and where are you pretty much now 8 weeks out?
So usually when I first started, like my first fight, I was 18. So I was like 133 pounds. I was walking around. So it was easy cut. But every fight, it got a little bit harder. And towards my last fight, I started to get up to about like 147. So like right now, I'm sitting at about 150. And so it's already a pretty big cut because I don't really have any body fat. I'm a pretty lean guy. So cutting 25 pounds, and I'm not cutting. I'm not fat. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as simple as dieting down and just getting my fat lower. Like I'm a pretty lean kid. So I think now, man, I'm working with a new. I've never even lifted before in my life. Like I like here and there, but not really consistently. So now I'm on a legit strength program. And being at 135, I think in a couple months you're gonna see me. I'm like right now, let's be real. I'm a big 20 to be fighting at 35.
You don't even lift, bro. You don't lift, bro.
No. That's what's crazy. I've never even I can't say it on the camera, but I already had my physical assessment and all that. It's pretty crazy to see what I've done so far and how limited my body's been in the cage. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy.
Limited as in injuries.
Not even injuries, just little quirks in my body. Like my body's just tight in certain areas, and I never even realized how bad it was.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a completely different animal. New program, down the line.
Getting kinks out, making sure that the recovery's a little bit easier, a little bit faster.
Yeah, taking them always like a professional. I was an 18, 19-year-old kid, running through everybody as an amateur. I always work my ass off, but at the end of the day, I was an 18, 19-year-old kid, and I was just an amateur. Now I'm a pro. Now I'm going for the UFC, and I'm going all the way. So I think now I'm just being a little more professional. I got physical therapists on hand now. It's just yoga, massage therapy. I'm doing it all now. I'm going all in, and I think it's just being a professional.
Talking about professionals, you've teamed up with a professional, agency, Top Game Management. They do great things for their fighters. You're surrounding yourself in a talent pool of other people they are managers of, Rob and Kyle. Do you also get to train? I know you're at Regiment, but how much time do you get to also train with some of those top tier guys?
I've been training with Rob since I was 18. So that's how I got my connection with Tyson. One day I was sparring with Rob, and I seemed to impress him, and he saw my talent, my potential. And then Tyson watched me spar with him, and that we've been in connect ever since. I've been in every single fight camp since his Pedro Munoz fight. So this last fight with Sergio Pettis, I was a big part of his camp. And I went out to Canada with him, and so I'm usually always around Rob and Calvin. You know what I mean? So I'm getting that what a UFC fighter does every single week. You know what I mean? A top 10 UFC guy. I'm around that all the time.
already talking about I'm a pro. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So, and I see your title behind you. I love it as well. You know.
Yeah. I got the ammo back there too somewhere, but
yeah, because you're Ammo's champ also.
Yeah.
So to you rewind and talk about those titles, do you see anybody or that should be in line to fight for both of those vacated titles?
I think at Cage Titans, I don't really see really anybody. I think maybe if that kid Amendola came back, I think he was probably, besides Durab, I think Amendola's probably the best dude I fought. That dude was tough.
Yeah.
I would love to see him come back. I think if he came back, he'd end up becoming the champ. You know what I mean? You always got that. What's his? I'm supposed to fight him a couple times, but I think he's the reality champ, Tim Flores or something like that. I think he could fight for it, unless he's going pro too. I don't know. But I think those are some guys, maybe Graustuck, maybe if he gets a win. But those are some guys. You know what I mean? I think that could fight for it.
You said a name, Tim Flores. Been lobbying for that fight for so long, man, so long. Why hasn't that happened? Because I know that name's been kicked around.
So it's just weird, man. Like the one time I was on the card, so I didn't hear his name until the August card. That's the only time I ever heard his name. I mean, there was some like wacky like. No, I'm not gonna be disrespectful, but there was some. I'm not gonna say the name, but there was a promotion trying to get me on that card in like last June or something like that. But the card didn't even end up happening anyway. Like it was just a pretty shady, like promotion. So, but the only time I really heard his name offered was August, and I accepted. He did it, but I know that it's not because he's scared of him. I think he was hurt. He had a kickboxing fight. He ended up getting hurt. So it didn't line up. Then I was ready 5-0, and Brian already set up my fight for Ammo. So I kind of just dived right back in. Quick turnaround. I just grabbed the Ammo strap real quick before I turned pro. It's just I'm 6-0. I was 6-0 as an amateur. I ran through everybody. Regardless of finishes or not, I didn't even lose a round. So it's like it's only gonna get harder to get pro fights. So I think now for my pro career, it was smart to make the move because Mike was trying to make that fight for November or January. But I just think me sticking around. And I know respect to him, I know I would beat him too. So it's like I would have been 7-0. It's gonna make my pro career even harder. So I think I got my experience out of the way. I think it was just time to jump. You never know though in the future. He's a pretty small kid, so I don't ever see him moving up to 35 unless I go back down to 25. Maybe we can make the fight on some like contender series or some shit. Both get paid, both big opportunities. So you never know what can happen when these guys because you know the scene. I get called out all the time or. I got people, talking shit about me all the time, and my coach just texts me, he goes, dude, you're going to be on TV one day, and they're going to be watching you on TV. So this big official fight at the end of the day, I'm going way bigger, way past the local MMA scene, so I'll let these guys talk and these dream matchups, whatever, but to me, these local dream matchups don't mean anything to me. Yeah. The UFC means something to me, so that's the big goal, and I'll listen to Tyson, and whatever Tyson says, that's where I'm going.
You talk about dream matchups. Who's a dream matchup for you?
A dream, like I said, everybody knows at amateur it was me and Jacobo. That was a fight. The kid can say what he wants. But I saw his fight with Meehan or whatever, and I know I'm better than Meehan, and so I know I would beat that kid. But I think that's a dream fight for everybody. But it never happened. It is what it is. I think me and Flores was a great fight, and even like some of the past like there's no secret. Cage Titans had let's be real, like the best like flyweight champs. You had Chris, you had Richie, you had me, and I think like we were all so dominant. Let's say who was like the best of each era. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty cool. I trained Chris and Richie now. So it's pretty cool to see like there's Chris ran it, Richie ran it, that I'm running it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's pretty cool. And so yeah, those are some key things right there. I would say some key matchups. Jacobo, Flores, those are some dream fights. I guess I should have had. Not should have had, but it was talked about and never came into fruition. So.
I don't know if in the pre-fight or build up to your debut at Ammo if you had done any interviews, but I'm pretty sure I'm your first interview post-fight inside your amateur at Ammo. I'll tell you, I was and I'm sure you remember me saying this, I was a fan at that point because you came in and David came in not looking anything like an amateur. Not at all.
Yeah. You kind of got like my buzz going because I remember after that fight, it was me and Amendola got matched up, and you were the one who kind of built the buzz. Like, when do you ever not see a 25er start the show? I was 1-0, but I was like the 9th fight on the card. People could talk about me and decision of this, but people want to see me fight. the buzz I have around me, people want to see me show up and fight. You know, people can say whatever they want about the decisions. I'm a talent. You know what I mean? And I'm the youngest one in New England. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you. Yeah, I remember that. Like you interviewed me after Ammo, and you're kind of the one who kind of got my buzz going. You know what I mean? I remember that.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So I feel like it's like everyone's got something that makes them valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like my buddy Randy was on your show, and it's like you want to be uncommon among uncommon people. Yeah. And he's right. Like he goes out there, and he stops dudes, and like you can't even like drink a beer, dude, and he's already done fighting. He's like, that's his thing. You know what I mean? I think my thing, man. I'm a young kid, and I'm looked at as the next kid, the next big thing out of New England, and so I think I have that working for me. And I think everybody has something that makes them valuable to the UFC. And I think if you don't have that, I think you'll struggle to get to the UFC. You know what I mean? I think you can still get there, but I think Randy said you want to be uncommon amongst uncommon people.
Yeah. I stand out in a crowd of people who are trying to stand out.
Exactly. I mean, I think I've been able to do that without even really trying. I think I got the buzz around me. Maybe it's just the way I talk, or the way I promote myself. But whatever it is, someone you got to be able to stand out and kind of grab people's attention. You know what I mean? And I've been able to do that. And I haven't really. I'll say it right now. My coach Brian busts my balls all the time, but like I haven't even finished a fight yet. I haven't even put the performance I'm gonna put on the pro level. I'm telling you, man, I got all my experience out of the way, but I have all that buzz. But I'm telling you, dude, you guys haven't even seen anything yet. So I'm real excited for 2019.
Never had to a realist necessarily a boring fight.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it was I think the only really boring fight I had was the first Roustic fight. I didn't show up. I was mentally just playing games. But every single time I show up and I'm active on the feet. I'm active on the ground. So I think that. But I'm telling you, man, I'm going to be a different animal on the pro level. I think. I've never been as strong as I've never been in the shape that I'm going to be for January 26th. And I'm telling you, elbows is one hell of a thing. I'll tell you that right now. The positions that I'm going to be in, and on the feet too, man. I'm just as good on the feet. You know what I'm saying? And that's why my coach gets on me, and Tyson will get on me. Rob will like make jokes stuff because I'm just as good on the feet. So I know I can put these guys out, and I'm gonna put these guys out. And when it hits the mat, dude, it's gonna look like that girl Missy Barber. You see what she did to that poor girl? You know what I'm saying? Like 2 weeks ago. The girl, like I'm telling you, dude, when I get these guys to the ground, dude, it's gonna be bad. Dude, I'm telling you.
Man, you're not even 21 yet.
I just turned 20. It's like
yeah, the 16th. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
I believe, right? October.
Yeah, October 16th.
October 16th. So happy belated birthday. You have these guys who are where you want to be, who are helping you propel yourself to where you want to be. How much do you feel like little brother, big brother situations that time?
Yeah, dude, it is, man. It's like if it's in sparring or if it's just like hanging out with them. I'm always like, Calvin actually said it the best when I went to Canada. He's like, dude, just be a sponge. Take it all in. And that's exactly what I'm doing, man. Like, I'm just a kid, and I'm not, like, you see these prospects, like, they're all, like, like 24, 25, 26 years old. I'm just turned 20. I'm a kid in this game still, you know what I mean? But I'm a kid hanging with, the adults, you know what I'm saying? I'm a rare kind of thing going on in New England right now. And so seeing them, I'm just being a sponge, man. I'm just taking it all in, dude, and I'm seeing what they're doing. You know what I mean? The right things they're doing, the mistakes they tell me they made. I'm listening to it all, and I'm gonna be the next big thing to come out of it, man.
Cage Titans 42 is what we have to look forward to. It's January 26th, and no leaks of anybody who it might be yet.
Nah, man. Like we have a fight talked about, but I don't even know, man. These dudes, they say they're professionals, but they're really not professionals. You know what I mean? They don't. I mean, it's like people complaining about weight because of Christmas time, bro. The card's 4 weeks after Christmas. You know what I mean? Like, drop the cupcake and train. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really understand that, but these dudes say they're professionals, so I'm in the professional ranks now. And I think, if probably not, that fight's probably not going to happen, but I think Tyson will get me a fight. You know what I mean? He'll get me a fight for January 26th, and I'll make my debut at 135. But I'm not done at 125. You know what I mean? It's pretty. The UFC doesn't know what they're doing yet, and if they decide to keep it, I will move back down, and I think I'll be exactly what the UFC's looking for. You know what I mean? Because we all know 125 needs a star. They need something. You know what I mean? The division's dying, so it's like we'll see. Either weight class, man, I'm going to the show.
So is it UFC or bust? No one championship.
No, I'm not going. You know, I'm not making my career in Asia, man. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't like flying. It's like I'm gonna make the big bucks. You know, I mean, skills pay the bills in this game. And that's something Greg tells me all the time. And I'm only, dude. After all this happened, and I said, you can ask Tyson, man. Oh my God, I was in Canada. I was freaking out about them getting rid of the weight class, and I even talked to Lozon. Lozon told me, he's like, bro, like, you're not even gonna be able to make 125 in like 2 years. Like,
Yeah.
you ever say? I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, dude, like, I'm 20 years old and I'm already get bigger than most 25ers in the UFC. It's like, you know what I mean? So it's like, me making that weight, I will do it if they keep it. You know what I mean? But I will be at 135 in my career. You know what I mean? If they get rid of it, if they don't get rid of it, I will be at 135.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate your time. Anything we didn't cover that you might want to throw out to the fans? Any holiday plans that we could follow you? And where do we follow you on social media?
So my social media, my Instagram is Mitch Raposo _. My Twitter is _. Facebook, Mitch Raposo. And now, man, I'm just going to be training through the holidays. I think I'm going to New York around Christmas time. You know what I mean? So I think, I'll be there, but that's about it. I think I'll be training right through the holidays, and I'll see everyone January 26th.
Awesome, my friend. I greatly appreciate it. Combat Sports Nation appreciate you. You enjoy the rest of your holiday season. We look forward to seeing you in the new year.
Sounds good, man.
Follow us on Instagram. Watch us on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. Visit us on Twitter. And stay tuned.